is up, artists and movers? Welcome back to my channel where we are taking our love for dance to the next level. And welcome back to another Dance Entrepreneur Tips video, which is a series here on my channel where I share with you guys some things that I'm learning and discovering in my journey as a dance entrepreneur that's helping me build my dance business. And so I figured, why not share these things with you guys? If you are an OG here on this channel, then you know that I feel that every single aspiring professional dancer or professional dancer is a dance business. So that includes company members, dance studio owners, dance teachers, content creators, choreographers. If you dance and you plan on making money or do make some kind of income from dance, you're a dance business. And so it is important to make sure that your dance business has a really good foundation and that foundation really helps you stand out. And these three things are things that I have found have really made such an incredible difference in not only the numbers of customers that I'm getting, but also just the number of people interested in me and what I'm doing in general. And so that leads to having more customers. So that is what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to give you guys the three things that I feel are dance business must-haves. But before we jump into this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel, especially if this is your first time watching one of my videos. If you've been sitting here and going through my playlists and things like that, then you might as well join sis. You might as well become a part of the dance fam. And once you have, then let's jump into this video. So to make sure that you really have a strong foundation for your dance business, you really need to make sure you have three different things. And the first of those three things is to make sure you have clear values. Now, these values are going to first become introduced to your audience through a compelling story about yourself. If you are offering more teaching services, maybe it's about what led you to becoming a teacher, or if you offer a product, it's why you're offering this product in the first place. So people don't just buy into a dancer, they buy into that dancer's story, what introduced them to dance, maybe why it is that you enjoy the specific style that you like, and what it is that eventually made you realize that dance is what you want to do as a career. And so having a compelling story is one way to really bring in those people, and then from that story, you're able to establish your values. Now, for this compelling story, people love a good hero's journey because the hero's journey is something that is very structured and is easy for people to understand. So in the hero's journey, there is the beginning where someone goes on a quest. So for me, for example, this quest was that I moved to Los Angeles from a relatively small city, which is Charleston, South Carolina. And then when you are on this quest, you have a whole bunch of difficulties, right? Because everyone's life in general has some sort of difficulty and they want to know that they can relate to that. So for me, after I did move to Los Angeles, I found that I didn't really fit in and I didn't have a lot of opportunities to show my specific dance style. And so after those trials and tribulations, you come to a point where you have a sense of enlightenment and you realize that there's something that you've been missing or something that has really changed your perspective. And this enlightenment is where you get your core values. So for me, one of those values that is really, really important is dancer autonomy. And I've talked about it a little bit on this channel, but autonomy is basically someone really having control over their life and their career based on what it is that they want out of it. And so for me, that change happened when I realized that I was a dance business and that I didn't need the industry to help me build a career, that I was able to actually use the skill sets that I had to create my own audience and to help other dancers realize that they are a dance business. And so that's something that's important to me, and I communicate that really clearly to you guys on this channel. And for some of you, that value is something that you can relate to, and so it makes you stick around. And then after that moment of enlightenment, you return home with this new information, and it is your job to share it with other people. And so that is why I am here on this YouTube channel sharing with you guys about how to really live as a dance business. And so that is my hero's journey. But what is yours? How can you communicate that to your audience? And then how have the things that you've learned on your hero's journey given you some really definite values? Because those values are going to be things that people connect with when you actually go to share what it is that you want them to buy into, whether it is your dance classes or just hiring you as a dancer. constantly reiterating this story is going to help people understand what it is about you that's special. And that's what's going to make you stand out. And again, really relate to those core values that maybe some of your audience may also be able to relate to. My second thing that I think all dance businesses should have if you really want to stand out and really have real results is you need to have good quality content. And this content can be in a bunch of different forms. So oftentimes I see dancers constantly trying to become quote unquote Instagram famous, and they are having trouble with really building an audience on Instagram without realizing that Instagram may not be the place that they create their best quality content. So there's so many different kinds of content. You can be really interested in writing, and that can lend itself to a blog. You could be really interested in photography or modeling, and that can lend itself to you being really great on Instagram. You could be really into video, and sometimes video does really well on Instagram as well, but maybe YouTube, like what I'm doing right now, is the better place for you. And maybe you're just good at discussion and talking, and so maybe what you need is a podcast. So it's figuring out which of those different types of content is going to work best for you, especially so that you can make quality content. There's so many videos on Instagram and people are constantly scrolling. There's so many videos on YouTube and people are constantly scrolling. And so you want to make sure what you put out is actually good. If you're going to make dance videos, then make sure you have a really good videographer. I actually have a whole lesson on the whole pre-production process as far as budgeting and picking a location and picking the costuming and all of that kind of stuff in my Dancers Moved by More club. So that is my club that I have created for dancers who want to create more content and just live as a dance business and level up their love for dance in general. So if you are interested in checking that out, be sure to check the link down below, because I love my club. I love the people in my club. We always have a great time, and it's a great little supportive community if that's something that you're looking for. But whatever it is that you make, you need to make sure that people actually enjoy it enough so that they share it. And if they don't, then it's kind of like all of that effort that you put into the content isn't worth it. So make sure that if you are making content, that it is of quality. And just like the clear values, you need to make sure that the content also is on a consistent basis. So I typically upload on this channel once a week. Right now, I'm trying this new thing where I upload twice a week. We'll see how long that lasts. But consistency is a huge part of it, because these algorithms are really hard to learn, and once you learn it, it changes. And so sometimes the people who follow you or subscribe to you, they may not even see your video at all, or they may not even see your post at all. And so you want to make sure you're putting it out constantly, so even if they didn't see the last one, they see the new one. And just because they see it doesn't mean they're automatically going to buy into it the first time. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10 times before they actually decide to consider what it is that you're offering. So make sure that you are consistent and really putting that content out there. And the third thing that your dance business must have as a part of your foundation for standing out is that you must solve a problem. For me, the problem that I solve is that I help dancers take themselves to the next level. And I do that through my product-based business, which is Motion Prep, and I make products for dancers, but I also help dancers mentally take themselves to the next level through this YouTube channel. And that is the problem that I solve. For dancers who may not know what their next step is to take, I give them that next step. So a huge part of really becoming a dance business is becoming a problem solver and becoming good at solving problems and figuring out solutions. Because being a dance business is ultimately that. People are not going to buy into you unless you actually are solving a problem or making their life easier. I consider problem solving to be one of the top 7 soft skills, and it is definitely necessary if you are going to be living as a dance business, because that's pretty much what a business does, is it solves a problem and makes someone's life easier. And so once you do it, you actually will find that it's easier to do it over time. Right now, my brain is so capable of coming up with dance business ideas or just business ideas on the regular, to the point where my roommate, when I tell her I have an idea for a business, she's like, oh yeah, just like the other idea that you had like last week, because I'm so used to doing it and my brain has become accustomed to finding solutions. And you will find that if you are living as a dance business, that is going to be so helpful, because that's going to really show you what it is that the market wants, what it is that your customer or consumer wants, and how you can provide that for them. So solving a problem is huge. It is definitely the way for you to make sure you stay valuable for your customers, and it's also a way for you to kind of see which ways you can grow your business and further develop it once you've started it. And that is it, you guys. Those are the 3 things every dance business must have in order to stand out and really get more results in your dance business. Once you finally realize that you are a dance business, it's important to make sure that you have a good foundation and that you're really developing best practices to make sure that you're constantly bringing in new customers and creating a space where you can see results in your business, because it's not a business if you're not actually, producing some kind of positive results for other people and for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe, because I have so much more dance business content coming for you guys. This has been a really transformative couple months for me in my business, and I have some cool things that I want to share with you guys that I think will also help you out. So go ahead and subscribe and become a part of my dance fam, and I will see you guys in my next video really soon. Later.